Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. So I'm going to try to focus mostly on the jerk and talk about that. So I'm going to talk quickly about the snatches. My big focus today in this session was trying to push myself under the bar. So as I was trying to transition from the bar being at its maximal height to going under the bar, not just trying to pull myself under, but actively trying to not even punch my arms up, but trying to remain fixated with the bar as I'm pushing up under, so then I can kind of be more locked out in a more stable position. And I think that was what led to me being forward on several of the misses and just being not as focused on my bottom position and more focused on what my arms were doing. But it did have a pretty positive effect when I was able to get up to that 130. So I was generally happy with how snatches went. They just kind of felt weird, but I think that was just because of the focus that I have. So that'll be something that I continue to focus on, is kind of like when the bar's at its maximal height and my hands are starting to rotate up to push/pull myself under, to really focus on fixating my arms under the bar as strongly and as early as possible, so then when I'm going down into the bottom position, I can be, catching all of my snatches closer to the 130 than obviously to the other misses. So sorry, we got that text there about the holidays, but yeah, so hitting a 130 snatch without straps is always good, and I wasn't super pressed out with it, so I'm generally happy with how they went. Obviously want to get to it without the misses, but that's the nature of training. Clean and jerks is what I wanted to focus most about. Before I mentioned those, the end of the workout I had front squat doubles, push press triples, and some clean pulls / clean deadlifts / deadlifts. Those all went generally well. I was happy with the front squat doubles and the push presses and the pulls and all of that. I did miss the 280 pull, but it is what it is. I'm not too worried about my max deadlift at this juncture. But I wanted to focus most of this video talking about the jerk and some of the issues that I'm having with it, mostly with the programming of it. So with a lot of the Weightlifting.Ai so far, there's been clean and jerk work, there's been push presses, there's been stuff like that to work on the jerk, and there hasn't been accessory work explicitly put in for the jerk, like press in the split or stuff like that. But that's not really something that I'm looking to do, because I don't really find that has a good benefit to what I'm having a struggle with. When I'm catching these heavy cleans and I'm getting ready to do the jerk, I just feel like I just don't have the energy, or I don't have the neurological tolerance to have the weight there to have the energy to do it. It's not like my legs are weak enough. Like when I did that 150 in this video and I missed it, I had it locked out. It was more of a technical thing of it being pushed forward. The 155s are much more of a strength thing, but what I have found in the past is obviously getting stronger does help, but one of the ways to get stronger the clean and jerk is to do just the jerk, to do jerks out of the rack or from the blocks or whatever. And when I'm doing behind the neck jerks or just jerks, rack jerks, regular jerks, I tend to have a pretty good effect with my clean jerks because that's where I'm weak at it. So if my jerk is feeling strong, then usually my clean and jerks go really well, because the cleans are always moving well, especially at whatever percentage I need to lift of my jerk. If my best clean right now, I would say, well, it's 175 or 6 or whatever maximally, I should be able to do 160 clean and jerks pretty routinely, because the clean is not the limiting factor. It is certainly the jerk, and that's something I want to start adding into the program, because I remember having this issue before with the Weightlifting.Ai. I remember getting frustrated with it. The two big things that frustrated me before the programming was, one, the peak, the day or the week of the competition was just horrendous. It was just so much volume. I was working to like 85-90% like every day of that week, and it was a bizarre. It was doubles, and I remember it just being absurd. And even the day before the competition, it wanted me to work up I was like a 115 snatch the day before the competition with like a 140 or something clean and jerk. It was pretty absurd. And I've done enough competitions now where I generally know how to dissipate fatigue pretty well, and that's why one of the reasons the competition went well is I stopped doing the AI the week before, so I could actually fully recover for the competition. But one of the issues I remember in that competition, was just how my jerk felt. And part of that was because nutritionally I didn't have enough food after snatches, so I wasn't at my max energy level, but I still I cleaned 165. All the cleans went well. It was the jerks that didn't feel very consistent. And earlier in that week of competition, I remember jerking, was it 166 out of the rack, and that gave me a ton of confidence, even if it's not building any strength, it gave me a ton of confidence to be able to attempt the 165 because I had literally, cleaned or jerked that out of the rack. I guess the 166, but 365 pounds really either way, that you slice and dice it. And that's something that I just want to continue to add in, not necessarily like tons of workouts that have tons of jerks in it, but just to have that in so I can work up to heavier weights and just have a workout where I work up to like 140 or 150 in the jerk out of the rack. Because to me, that just gives me tons of confidence, and I think it does have a really good effect because I can work on the jerk specifically, the strength of it, the positionings, and all of that. Very similar to, I think, a kind of similar effect I get to when I do like snatch, grip, push press and stuff like that. It's not like it's definitely a much further away movement than a rack jerk to the clean and jerk, but like something like a snatch push press just gives me the confidence to be holding that weight above my head. And same with the rack jerk, like I just get confident to do the jerk with whatever weight that I'm doing, and they're easier out of the rack obviously because you're not doing the clean, so you can focus more on the jerk. So that'll be something I add in these last couple weeks of the program, just to be able to get stronger at the jerk, because I feel like I am generally getting stronger. I don't know why they're not in the program at all. I think they should be, and I'm not going to adhere to the program exactly 100% when I feel like something's not working like that, because I remember being frustrated with that before, and my jerk's not magically going to get better unless I have sessions that have that exercise in the movement. So hopefully I can figure out logical days to put that in, but that's going to be it for now. I'll talk to you all in the next video, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.